You can really see my under eye bags. Oh my god. It's been so long. I got a mic. You love it or do you love it? Hopefully my audio's okay right now. I've been to a premiere. Not a real one. I was not on the red carpet, but it would be funny if I was though. I went to the premiere of Iron Lung that was filmed, edited, and directed by Markiplier. Of course, this is the biggest thing since sliced bread for me. I have watched Markiplier ever since I was a child, and now he made a blockbuster film that I was actually allowed to see in theaters. Sadly, couldn't get the popcorn bucket. Wasn't there in my little small town. Mark, get on that. Thank you. I need it for my collection of my DVDs that I'm gonna have on my bookshelf. Of course, I cannot stop talking about Iron Lung, that's why I'm making a video. Came back from the ashes just to make a video. What can I say? Gotta talk about it some more. And I am at 20%, so gotta talk a little bit fast. Cause I don't feel like charging my phone right now. Anyway, I desperately wanted to talk more about Iron Lung. But the thing is, when I went to go see this film, I had to take off my rose goggle glasses because I want to look at this like it's not Mark. It's just a movie because some people that went to go see this trailers and stuff like that probably don't even know anything about Markiplier. Well, what would they see? Not just us fans. You know what I mean? And plus, luckily, there was like no references of him being a YouTuber in this film. Thank God. It was literally just the lore of Iron Lung, which is like amazing. There was like beautiful camera work. I have to say that. Honestly, they did do a good job. I did rate this like 7.5. It's a movie that I would definitely watch again. But is it an Emmy Award winning film? Not really. I mean, it's a good movie. I would definitely watch it again. I don't even get a poster of it. I'll get it on DVD for my collection. But is this something where like it's like I have never seen before? It tugged on my heartstrings so hard. It needs an Emmy? No. Sadly, but it is a really good fucking movie though. I would generally recommend this for any movie lover. But the editing was great. The CGIing was good. Did get a little confusing at some points, which I feel like it could be a viewer's fault, but at the same time, maybe it's just the writing. If you just think about it. At one point, you see him get like drugged, and he like borderline met God. Um, Now looking back at it, of course, our main character Smith that Mark played, he got a little bit of the blood of like the sea in him. Of course. Oh, this is all based off of a video game? I was instantly ranting. This is all based off of a video game that Mark loved. Honestly, that's some keen shit right there. Okay, buddy? I would love to like comment a DM a dev or something, being like, yo, I love this video game so much, I want to make a movie. That's called passion right there. And that's what I have respect for, honestly. Honestly, the set looked good. It looked like from the video game because I have watched that game through of Mark. The set design was good. The costuming was good. Of course, I feel like there was a lot of new lore that the dev probably put in this film that wasn't in the original video game, which is a lot more fun. Honestly, I love movies over video games, so I would definitely like watch it again. The not the costuming, but the makeup of when you see it towards the end of Markiplier. I'm gonna say Mark. I ain't saying the character's name because it's my Marky Poo. You see his tits in this film, by the way. You see his tits? He takes off his shirt. Alright, fan edits right there. Huh, you were fishing it for it, buddy. Anyway. Anyway. But when our Markiplier was getting affected by the blood because he had cuts on its arm, and like just like the blood sea was just going in it. It was instantly infected, which I do believe if when he got infected, which was him through the eyes, the first blood happened, like major like going into major organs was definitely the eye. So I feel like that's when him hearing the blood sea really started. And so after that, going buck wild, then he like when there was like this one bit of where like he is just losing his mind and like went to this coordinates of where like basically like the Red Sea. That's what I'm gonna call this. Not like the skeleton monster. I'm saying it's the Red Sea because I feel like it's bigger than the skeleton monster. I feel like maybe it is. Maybe the skeleton monster was God. Not really sure, but our Markiplier met God through the Red Sea of going through this certain section, but in reality, it was all in his head. But at the same time, I feel like it was a mix between of loss of oxygen, including the infection in him, because you know that what he saw was definitely real. Because on the wall, you see the added fucking map of being like where he basically went into a big circle of this like cave endeavor thing. So you definitely knew that it's real because the add-ons were still there. So he definitely, our character saw in this interpretation of God, which is basically just have a bright light, basically. But this film did make me want to learn more of the lore, being like, what actually happened? Were we originally on Earth or were we originally in outer space? How did we get into outer space? What was the light about? I know the light was God. Is it good? Is it good enough for a second film? I say yes, just to give it more depth on the lore of this film. I would definitely like watch it of like seeing like what this dev and what the lore and stuff like that could go on to because I feel like this film has so much potential of just good storylining. I know most of it's like of Mark and you mostly see Smith or whatever Mark in this, but I feel like if we went more in depth of the lore of it, we can get into a very good franchise. And of course, Mark would not be in it because guess what? That bitch died. He died. Spoiler alert, he died, okay? We won't see Mark anymore, but we'll see more of this lore, which I feel like some people would not even bother with the franchise if it becomes a franchise. People wouldn't bother because Mark's not in it. But I feel like if Mark was still directing it and editing it and producing it, I feel like more people will definitely go watch it, but definitely will go see it because he did direct all of this, and I think he did an amazing job of directing. You have very good close-up shots because, like, what can you do when you're in a submarine? How many things can you do? And he was able to execute it so well of where like we're in the submarine but a lot is happening and you feel the character of not knowing what day is it because you're in this like sea of blood basically. It really makes you get into the character when you're in this only in this one room, which honestly you have not really seen this before. Of course you see like escape rooms and stuff like that or like Saw even, but this was more survival. I feel like you really see Markiplier. Of course, his acting wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't bad. You know, it was right there in the middle. I know he could be an amazing actor if he worked on it more. Because when I was seeing him acting, I see him and I see a glimpse of Mark in there. And there's plenty of actors and actresses that I know of where they're like funny. I follow them on Instagram. If you follow my Instagram, you should. Anyway, I follow them on Instagram and I know who they are outside of their characters. But when I see they play their characters, I see that it's just the character. It's not Emma Goth. No. This is the girl from Frankenstein. This new character that you see because of course they probably did a lot of projects where there are a bunch of different characters, which I have not seen. I think like No Sleep or whatever Mark was in. But with this I just see Mark playing a character. I see a little glimpse of him and I see a little glimpse of the character. So I feel like with more acting classes, he's gonna be an amazing actor. I know he has the passion for it. He has a passion of filmmaking. He loved this game so much, he wanted to make a film out of it. And I feel like if he does more directing, he doesn't even have to be in it because the directing in this is so fucking good. He can just be a normal director and be like, "Oh, I like this video game. Grab it, have the dev go into it, have some rights over it, and make another film." I'll definitely watch it again with him just being the director. Honestly, with our fan base, the fan base of Mark of like the if you know his fans, he could definitely be like the next like Hollywood thing of like freaking what's his face? Tim Burton. He could be the next Tim Burton because his directing is really good. His aesthetics are really good. I know he has a lot of controversy. Don't attack me. But Mark has so much potential, and I can know he can definitely go far with his creativity. Because I can. The thing is, watching this movie, you see the love, you see the passion in it, and that's what I give respects for. Like again, not Emmy Award winning, but I can see the passion of filmmaking when I watch this film, and that makes me want to watch it again. It's kind of give off Terrifier because Terrifier was not the greatest budget, but the reason why it was so popular, it was different, which Markiplier film is different, where you only have one, where it shows that you just need one character, and the thing is, even if the quality is not good, the writing is really good, and mostly that he had the dev works with him, but it has so much potential to be a franchise. And Mark could definitely do this again. The directing was really good, and I loved the editing for it. The camera work was gorgeous. But that's my thoughts on it. I give it a 7.5. Please comment below what you thought about it. Do you think it was trash? Do you think it was like the greatest thing on earth? Do you think that it could be better? The acting, the storyline, maybe some of the editing, maybe the camera work. There's a lot of close-ups. A lot of close-ups. But the movie's not for everybody. But that's okay. I definitely would want to watch another directed film by Markiplier. But I'm Alyssa Honest. Thank you for letting me rant. Thank you for letting it be okay for me to be in my pajamas. But have a good night. I just got off of work. I just had to talk about Iron Lung a little bit more. But y'all have a good day. And Mark, you did a really good job. Give a round of applause. Bye.